Welcome to our channel Quaint Cosmos. Today's topic of discussion is danger of holding pee for prolonged periods. This is a problem for both men and women, and the problem is related with bacterial infection. Bacterial infection of your bladder, infection of your kidneys, and urinary tract infection, which is known as UTI. In short, this is known as UTI, urinary tract infection. Okay, so this kind of problem you may face if you frequently hold in your pee for prolonged periods. Yes, maybe you are too busy to get sufficient time to go to bathroom. But if you do so occasionally, then there is no problem at all. But if this becomes your habit, if you do the same thing frequently, then there is a problem, both for men and women. Here, women are more vulnerable to infection as compared to men. Yes, women are more susceptible to infection, to get infection, okay? So, let us discuss one by one what happens. If you hold in your pee for prolonged periods, your bladder collects urine. Means urine is stored in your bladder, and your bladder has a capacity. When your bladder is filled with 50% urine, in that case you feel the urge to urinate. And in that case you do the same thing immediately. Means you should go to toilet to urinate. But if you do not do that thing, if you hold in your pee, you are feeling the urge, you are feeling the pressure of urination, still you are holding in your pee. In that case, there is a problem. What happens due to the urine collected inside your bladder, that stretches the surface of the bladder. So this overstretching means stretching of the bladder, that causes the problem. That way your bladder loses its elasticity, and when the elasticity is lost by your bladder, in that case there is a problem. What problem is there? In that case you cannot ever fully empty your bladder by urinating. Yes. This problem is known as urinary retention problem. You cannot fully empty your bladder if your bladder loses its elasticity. So what will happen? If you are not able to empty your bladder fully, there is a problem, because urine contains toxins as well as bacteria. If urine remains in your bladder for prolonged period, then there is a chance of bacteria to have, there is a chance of bacteria to multiply, because bacteria in that case get enough time for its growth, for their growth, okay? So that way bacterial infection, there is a chance of bacterial infection if your bladder loses its elasticity. Again, there is one more problem. Problem is what? For women and men, the length of the urethra are different. For men, it is almost 20 centimeters. From bladder up to the external urethral opening, the average length is 20 centimeters. And for women, the same thing is, the length of the same is almost 4 centimeters. So in case of men, it is five times as compared to the length of in case of women. So women are more susceptible to get infection. When you know that men normally stand to pee, and women do the same thing by sitting. Means women normally sit to do the same thing, that is peeing. Okay, so the genital area of women come in close proximity to the surface on which peeing is made. So that way there is a chance, there is a possibility of bacterial infection if the surface on which women are peeing is contaminated. Okay, so whenever women go to bathroom to use their toilet, so in that case they have to look for whether the toilets are clean or not. If you have to use the unsanitary toilets, in that case you have to use toilet papers or tissue papers. Means you should place tissue papers on the surface of the toilet and then you should use the toilet. I am talking about only women right now. Okay. You should adopt squatting position. You should adopt a squatting position. That means your thighs should be close to your chest and your hips should be in a lowermost position. That way if you can pee, then that is better for you, for the women. And men do not have such problems because normally they stand to pee. Okay, that means there is a much distance between the surface on which peeing is made and their external urethral opening. Distance is somewhat larger. Anyway, so this is one kind of problem. Next problem is what? Since length of the urethra is shorter in case of women, so bacteria can easily travel the distance, the shorter distance, which is almost 4 centimeters in length. So bacteria can easily travel to the bladder. That way bladder gets infected. Means women are more prone to, they are vulnerable to get infections that way. And one more thing, you can say it to be a tips, that women should, after using toilet, women should always make their wiping from front to back, not from back to front. Because the distance between the anus and vagina or urethral opening are very small, that distance. Not only the distance, if wiping is made from back to front, in that case there is a chance of dragging the bacteria from anus up to the vaginal opening or urethral opening. Both are at the same place. Urethral opening is just above the vaginal opening. That is known to you. So these are the problems. Okay. So whenever you feel the urge to pee, you should immediately do the same thing. Normally, what you need to do, every 3 to 4 hours, you should empty your bladder. Every 3 to 4 hours. During the daytime, you should drink plenty of water, and that way it becomes very easy to flush out the toxins and bacteria from your bladder. And do not hold in your pee for too much time. Whenever you feel the urge to urinate, you should do the same thing immediately. Means you should go to the toilets immediately. This is for both men and women. So there are so many types of problems. Again, there is a chance of backflow also if you hold in your pee, and that way backflow means urine goes back to the kidney. Okay, and that way kidney may get infected. Anyway, so much problems are there, so many problems are there associated with holding in pee for prolonged periods. Okay. So to stay safe for a healthy lifestyle, you should always go to toilets whenever you feel the urge to do the same. Okay, never try to hold in your pee. Okay, so this was all about today's topic. Topic was what? The danger of holding in pee for prolonged periods. Okay, so this is the end of this video. Thank you for watching this video.